Well, let's get this over and done with. Just your thoughts on Jesse Puljujarvi. Were you part of the decision-making process? Did you want to take a look at the kid? Because you've had a history of liking big players.
Yeah, I would. I don't want to say it's 100% on me, but it's 90. I asked Peter. I felt like we could have two third lines and really do damage if we could put more heat on the puck. And I watched the two games that he played, one in the NHL and one in the American Hockey League. And I asked Peter if he'd give it some thought to make him part of the group and we could really build a line. And he said sure. So that's why we made the switch. So I like parts of his game and the way we're going to build that line, and hopefully down the line he gets moving forward within a month he gets into a top six role. But right now I think we got a chance to really have a hard charging line there, and I wanted a guy like him part of it.
What do you want to see differently from him in the way that he plays?
I don't want to really see anything different. I want to just let him play with the puck, like what he does. I like a lot of the stuff he does. I especially like a lot of the stuff he makes little plays really, really well in the offensive zone. But I want to be able to work closely with him and quickly with him to get the glide out of when the other team has the puck. I want him to continue to stay. I want to teach him and work with him to stay on the hunt longer. I think he shows the league, like any young player, he shows the league a little bit too much respect, and I want him to hunt it a little bit harder. And so I'm going to stay on him by that. But I like a lot of things that he does that you can really make a good line from. And I think as we move forward, I want that line to become a line that's tilted towards offense a little bit, but still be responsible. And I think it's I just basically stay on the forecheck a little bit longer, stay on the hunt a little bit longer, track pucks a little bit longer. Those are things that doesn't come natural to any player. It has to be taught by the coach. And so I'm gonna push really hard here, but I see something that you can really, really work with. And so I asked Peter, would he do it?
So you've had lots of guys over the many, many years. Is there another player that you took in like this that had some deficiencies that you worked with? It reminds you of this guy?
Oh yeah, I mean there's 5 or 6 guys. I mean it's
Names. We want names.
I'm not giving names, but I've had a lot of success. Quite frankly, taking players like Jesse and having quick turns and it's probably some days he's going to get tired of my voice because it's going to be during practice like it was today, and he caught himself and away he goes. But when you see something that good and that much, as a coach, you want to take responsibility for the growth of the player. You don't want to sit there and watch him play in the American Hockey League and think that he's going to score a few goals and that's going to fix everything, or he's going to do this. There's elements of his game, it doesn't matter what league he's playing in, have to get better, and I want that responsibility because the top end is awful high, and I want to work with that.
There's a balance between patience and results, right? This remains a team that's in a playoff hunt, so it's...
Well, that's quite frankly why I asked Peter, because I feel like this is the type of player, if we expect to win in this conference, in this division, we need players like him. Mm-hmm. Like you can't play in this league, especially in this conference, backing up. You got to stay on the hunt, and I want him to stay on the hunt both ways, not just one way. I want him to stay on the hunt both ways, and if he does that, then his reach, his size, he's got a great stick, and we can really punch pucks back and create turnovers and hopefully create offense. But I'm not going to base it on goals and assists. I think he can really play on a line that can turn momentum, and I want to be the guy responsible for that.
Today was the second day of a full practice as well. Is that the other part of it? Just get him up here because everybody else is starting new with you here too, so you get him up here right away as well.
Yeah, the talk was to have him play again tonight, and I asked Peter, can we get him to practice? I said, I think it's important we get him part of the group. We need him to practice. This was a hot practice. Again, this group practices harder than most teams I've ever seen, and I think he needed to be part of it. So it was, I know it was difficult for him, but it was good for him too. But I asked Peter to do that too.
Now, the games are nicely spaced. Does Koskinen go wire to wire, or is it important?
No, Talbot's going to play tomorrow,
Okay.
and then we'll just see from there. So I'm looking forward to see Talbot play.
And
Comment on Chris Weidman. Can you see him playing tomorrow night?
I know Chris. I mean, Chris is from St. Louis. Smart player, kind of good all-around player. You know, he's a smaller player in the National Hockey League, and he's learned to have a really solid professional career. He's a real pros pro, and again, same thing. We need to make him part of the group, so we'll probably put him in tomorrow too.